welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for a suit when your head is...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss is coming.
Blazing the whip, gotta vanquish the needs. My kingdom for some poppy seeds, yo.
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yeah!
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. Told him to call me. I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Count it up. That's umbrella guy in the building, run it up. 100K vanish, screenshots vanish. Trust me, bro, contracts, fine print damage. You sold fake dreams, cheap fonts, big schemes. Whole crew talking tough till the light hits the seams. How you flex chrome chains over borrowed bills? Selfie angle hiding them rusted grills. You bark big numbers, but the math don't add. You reimburse every family you scam. You can hide them platinum grills from the truth, from the can, from the real. Yeah, you can flash that metal and square, but the lies and the fraud don't kill. Yeah, that's umbrella guy. Calling names on the set, every bogus claim, every paper thread, all that tough talk, tight thin caps, and still you can't fight back through the platinum grills. You said we partners, then you pick my pocket, turn friends into figures like a broken stock market. Exclusive access, it was copy paste. Whole contract smelling like panic and haste. You spam fake letters, try to scare and pray. Big law talk on the temple mail. You serve weak threats on the kitchen table. You're allergic to evidence, dodging labels at it. You can hide them platinum grills from the truth, from the can, from the real. Yeah, you can flex that metal and square, but the lies and the fraud gon' bill. Yeah, that's umbrella guy. Calling names on the set, every bogus claim, every paper thread, all that tough talk, tight thin caps, and still you can't bite back through the platinum grills. 100K gone, screenshots saved. You gon' see every promise replayed, every I swear that you typed that day. Fold in the light, can't fake that shade. Run it back, show receipts. You a ghost when the proof hit the feed. You ain't built for the storm, just tweets. They umbrella guy dragging every dirty deed. You can hide them platinum grills from the truth, from the can, from the real. Yeah, you can flash that metal and square, but the lies and the fraud don't deal. Yeah, that's umbrella guy. Calling names on the set, every bogus claim, every paper thread, all that tough talk, tight thin caps, and still you can't bite back through the platinum grills.
What's up, folks? How's it going today? Welcome to a Sunday edition. That's right. We got our Sunday on. And today, man, we got Tina. Now, Tina, boy, they have been wanting you to talk. And I think it's really funny considering, well, let's just say all the stuff you have. And apparently there's a little bit of newness, too.
Oh boy, Tug, they've been talking about me, and yeah, we got a lot to go over. Let's see, there's like 20 pages of her running her mouth.
Yeah,
you know, the part that she deleted.
Yeah, of course. She had to delete it because she went running scared. Of course. I mean,
yes, the dog's obsessed with you. Did you hear it that time?
Well, I mean, of course, I have fans of all types. Human. I have the human type, the animal type. They'll love
her some Tug.
Well, I thought it was funny because they keep asking for you to go out and really like not just rebut them, but to pop off. And you kind of found something new, in your household. I thought that was kind of an interesting thing to hear about.
Oh, my Lanta. I was looking for something through the little things that watch when people aren't home. And I didn't realize that they back up to a cloud. Oops.
So you have a security system, huh? That backs up to a cloud, huh?
Yeah, and just so we can understand each other, I have it. I have it all.
Yeah, it's interesting like when you have an internal camera system and say, I don't know, you're talking on a speakerphone and moving around, how it kind of picks all of that up then.
Oh my, I couldn't believe it. I was laughing. I was like, oh my Lanta. Oh my Lanta.
So all those conversations, huh? All those wonderful conversations. Well, that's a real fascinating little endeavor.
Let's correct something there. Not every one of them, because we didn't install the system until August. Or I'm sorry, till October. We ordered it in August. October. So, yeah.
Well, you got plenty though. I mean,
that's the good stuff.
What you should do, I think would be real fun, is go back and transcript some of those things. See, if you go back in and pull up word for word what's happening with certain items, it'd be real interesting, especially the dunking on certain people and oh god, the nastiness. There are things that that I'm sure she has said about people that she never wanted revealed to another damn soul.
Oh, there is. Here, let me go back to my notes here before I start pulling that out. Let's see. I was sitting here just writing down little quotes that she said. Let's see. On November the 1st, did you know that John Cook drove by the schoolhouse just to see if Jeremy was back in town so they could let Beecham know?
Wait. Oh, so they could let Beecham know, huh?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. So Beecham is sitting around plotting with that. That's what we've been saying. So,
this is a quote. They want to hang him. The county wants him.
To hang him. The county wants him. So John Cook went by the schoolhouse. I'm writing this down. You said October the 1st.
Yes.
Okay.
November the 1st. My timestamp is 0929, so I'm assuming it's all military time. So that would be 9:29 a.m.
Okay. 29 a.m. to report to see. This just gets crazier. Like, how can you ever have anything that ever works out? How can you ever have somebody enforce a protective order if the people that are supposed to be enforcing the protective order are plotting with the people that have it against them?
You can't. And I don't see how they can get away with this. I mean, she goes into saying they're doing an investigation, working hard to get him for cyber everything, liable, stalking, harassing. She goes and says that he's suing the state's attorney, Dan Owen, which we know has been dropped, but
well, it's in
the state's not going to call for a conference if they think they're going to win. Okay. They're just not. And I said to her, I said, well, I don't know what, I didn't put my quotes down, but her answer to my question, whatever it was me. I opened an investigation on myself, which prompted the investigation onto Jeremy.
What the fuck? These people, all what they prove time and again is that hell. This is my take on this place anyway. Hales challenge governing officials there, and they decided to do everything in their power to make his life absolute hell. And I worry about his safety there, you know. And it's not just because of Preston and Cook. It's because you got a bunch of fucking hillbilly cowboy fucking people with guns. And
I agree.
You know, I'm talking about the sheriff's departments and stuff. I mean, these people, like, they're also got all those all of those corruption movies and stuff we've seen, over time. They didn't disappear in the 40s and 50s.
Well, it's crazy you said that, because I was reading over this transcript of Lisa's after I went on live with Rosalyn. Mm-hmm. And in here, let me see. Man, she does a lot talking about me.
Oh, yeah. She does, actually. Yeah, when I looked at that transcript, we're talking about the by the way, if people don't know which live stream is being discussed here when they're talking about the Fats, talking about Tina, that's the one where they brought up this fake story about Hale's kid and him doing something horrendous. So he ended up putting out a statement publicly, and these group of weirdos, they publicly and privately contacted Hale's kid. They even talked about doing it, but they deleted the stream. They left up 43 seconds of it.
Not before I could get that URL.
Oh, yeah. Well, I made sure that I grabbed a copy. There are about 5-6 people that I know of that grab copies. So deleting doesn't help them. They may think it helps to ghost the thing, for YouTube side of it. But as far as, trying to ghost the information, that doesn't help very much.
No. But it says here, I'm going to skip a couple pages. We'll probably touch on it later on while we're chatting away here. Mm-hmm. Apparently, where is it? Now this is at timestamp 30 minutes, 11 seconds. How does she know? I don't know about the villages. I don't know. Once you find out about the villages, it's not plugged in. She didn't elaborate. She just found out something about the villages that you don't even know. What does that even mean?
What about the villages? She's probably talking about...
It's like a run-on. I don't know.
Well...
So I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's typically the way, like, when you have to go and translate this stuff sometimes, by the way, when we do these live streams and we talk about what the heck they discuss, and we make a lot of those transcripts legible, people have no idea, like, how much work that is.
I feel for you guys. I have a whole different realm of respect for you and Megan, because I tell you, this gave me a headache.
Yeah, reading through them sometimes. Oh God, And it's full of like some of the nastiest, just grossest stuff. You know, she
Yes.
talks about sexual stuff involving herself. I'm like, oh God, I don't need this in my life.
Yeah, I don't need that. Yeah, that's something I don't want to even picture.
Well, they got upset. So let's go back from
Let's go back.
and to note why they got upset. So you did a live stream in which you talked to Rosalyn, correct?
Yes, Rosalyn and Venom. And
Yeah.
I had questions. I made mistakes in there, and they corrected me, and I'm glad because I don't know all the ins and outs.
Right.
I'm just now getting to know everything.
Oh hell, I don't know all the ins and outs. I've been doing this for a long time. I still make mistakes. But yeah, it was a good. If people missed the interview there, it was actually really good. I like the fact that you sat down with people that are in the know about a lot of. They're good with the timeline of events and stuff too.
Oh yes, but according to Lisa, she's got it all wrong. But from what I've seen, it all adds up.
Well, it's interesting. They Oh, I played, by the way. So the other day I played 44 minutes of the conversations, with them, and they still, you've got they are doing their best, their damnedest to try to keep their people from listening to all of that.
Well, I really hope that they're in here because after we're done going through this, if you don't mind, let them ask me a question. They want to sit and talk about me. Ask away. I will be more than happy to tell you the truth. Read my shirt. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Indeed. Well, it's funny now, though. What I really think is beautiful is you actually have more. They're like they like to try to play on this thing where even if you have proof, they try to pretend it doesn't exist. But if you didn't have something like with your security system picking up conversations, whoops.
Oops.
Yep. I mean, you have, again, see, they've been talking about, I'm going to sue her. I'm going to go after that with, Michelle.
What is she going to sue me for? For telling the truth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. They don't like the truth,
The truth is what sets you free, and I suggest they all swallow that pill.
Actually, when you look at someone like Lisa, I don't think the truth does set them free.
No, it just gets more deeper.
Yeah, well, I think when you ghost $100,000 and shit, I think the truth is what puts you behind bars potentially.
I don't want to be her on the day that she meets her maker. I'll just say that.
Well, I mean, even before that, she's I don't want to be her when she meets potential the court system because that's
it gets me. They're over there celebrating about Fed 2. I'd be worried. If I was in their position, if I was one of those 10, I would be sitting over there worried because now it's like a brand new playing field. He doesn't have to go federal. He can go one by one and pluck them off.
Well, not even that. I mean, he could also, he's been a nicer person than they have, but he could play by their rules. They have. The unfortunate thing about running into people like that, scumbags like that, is the fact that they have no lines. And no matter what, all of us have, usually have some moral. Like for me, I'm not going to go after certain things with them. I draw that line for myself. But there are certain things that, if you're being told that they can't, nothing would be done in the courtroom. I mean, it goes both ways. Like I said, and stomping on a 3,000 sub channel is not that difficult.
No, and like I said, I don't have a channel. I don't want a channel. I will never have a channel. I'm not a YouTuber. I am just a person. And what's even more mind-boggling? If she would just sit down and think back, she's actually talked to me.
Yeah, that was a really interesting portion of conversation that we had. So you have had conversation with them. In fact, I mean, hey, what do you feel comfortable talking about in that?
Well, everybody, I don't know if everybody knows, but when I did follow and I donated towards the Harley Jolly Christmas, I sent a $50 bill for them. And I also asked about donating 2 cement turtles to the entrance of the sanctuary. I don't know what they're calling it these days, but to the rescue.
They're calling it not approved by the IRS. Is it?
That too. But yeah, so after that one went, oh, that would be so nice, and she ghosted me. I'm like, seriously? And when she called me from a blocked number, so I couldn't call her back. But she gave me a P.O. box to send the freaking money to. So,
is it,
thank you, Lisa. You've talked to me.
Was it care of her, by the way?
Yes, it was addressed to the Preston family, Harley Jolly Christmas, in care of 2 leaves and a Podley's hoodie.
Oh, baby. See, that's one of the things that Lynette Preston had made clear to yourself, made clear to myself too, that any type of money that had been brought in that she supposedly didn't get access to. Now, I still wonder about things like where did the dog pay come from, and a few other things she ended up with, electric scooter, some of these items that cost a lot of money. But she said that anything that was sent in, like that, she didn't have any control over whatsoever. It was them. They got it all.
Yeah, she had no control. They wouldn't even tell her how much was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played her talking about that with me, where she was like, they wouldn't play. In fact, they said that it would be better if she didn't know. I was like, well, that either sounds like you want to commit fraud against her, or it sounds like you're hiding assets from the courts, one or the other.
I just saw a comment. Hold on. I don't have to worry about that. As long as I don't play the audio to anybody, there's nothing they can do. And it's not there anymore anyway. So I have it, but it'll never...
You can have it on your security. You know what? I don't have to incidentally turn off my security system when I'm talking to somebody on the phone.
Yeah, but I will never publicize it. So
no, but if they want to play and pull you into court, you can be like, Your Honor, actually, I have a security system that talks to. It picked up all this shit. So with them lying and stuff and saying that none of this is true and that I'm
defaming, it would hurt them more than it would help them.
Oh, it would be bad. It would be very bad.
And I mean, I'm being completely honest. It would really.
But you can go in. What you can do is go in and make sure that everything that you talk about. Oh, I got a raider here. Hey, girl, what you doing?
What's
up? What you doing today?
Bug.
They watching TV.
You're watching TV?
Yes.
Oh, man. That sounds like fun. Did you have fun playing video games earlier with me?
Yes.
Yeah, we played some some old Resident Evil, nothing to do.
One of them did look like pixely.
Yeah, well, it's an old game. It came out in the 1990s.
Yes.
Yeah.
One.
That that's around 20 years before you were born.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
And what about?
I was born then, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm old, I told you.
19 what? What'd she say?
Do what?
What'd she say? When were you born?
She's talking about, she said, we played some games. We played some Resident Evil games. She said one of them was really pixely. It's like blocky,
Yeah, I just say pixely.
Yeah. Well, that's right. You're right. It's heavily pixelated. You can see it, but it's an old
pixely better.
When you remember when the PlayStation came out way back when? It's back then it was amazing, but if you look at the graphics now, it's pretty rough. But
the movies,
back then it was terrifying. But anyway,
definitely. Yeah, I was swimming a lot.
Yeah, you did. You did scream when that monster came out, even if it was pixely. It said, "Bruh," and you were like, "Oh my God, help me!"
One was it pixely and the other was pixely.
Even the pixely one, you were like, "Oh my God, help me!"
And I was screaming.
Yeah. You love that stuff, though, don't you?
Yes, we watch a lot of horror.
Hey, there's Floofy, by the way. Floofy said, hey, Floofy had been in the hospital, but Floofy may get to come home soon. Can you tell Floofy to get better?
It's better, Floofy cat.
Yeah, that's right.
We call her Floofy cat.
Yeah, that's right, Floofy cat. All right, well, hey, you go upstairs, though, okay, kiddo, so we can go through. I got an interview going on, kiddo. Okay? You go have fun. It's a lazy day. Go have fun. Unless you want, I mean, we can't make it a cleaning day.
Uh-oh, that leg's
Go do your thing. Go have fun.
And I like this, but there's a hot chocolate. I don't want to eat it.
Okay.
We got.
Take it with.
Mom got.
Yep, you got a Valentine's Day. Love you. Close the door. She was like, I got a Valentine's chocolates too.
Oh, there you go.
Heck yeah.
Did you see the one comment on here? It says that Tammy L said that you claimed the dog cost $4,000. I think we said 1,000, didn't we?
What was it now? I'm sorry.
It says, Tug, Tammy L said you claimed the dog cost $4,000.
The dog, I think the $1,000 was it.
Yeah, it was 1,000. But
Yeah,
you know, they
more.
inflate everything except for the truth.
Yeah. I think it was 1,000, and it actually wasn't us that said that. It was Lynette Preston. Yeah, she posted the thing costing. It was somewhere. I can't remember if it was 1,000 or $1,500. I have to go back again. But she said that it wasn't. That was not attached to us at all. You know, she made sure that she brought that up. And then again, you know, I don't care to pocket watch a person. I think, in fact, you know, I don't care what they do with, but it's not her money. You know, this was money that it was other people that gave it. And again, I mean, when it's hers, I guess she can spend it on whatever she wants. But it's such a mess. I mean, ultimately, they didn't give it for a dog. But you know what else they didn't give it to? They didn't give it for 2L to pocket either.
No. They should have put it to the barn where it should have gone. But
well, typically what happens, and this is a good learning lesson, if you're doing a fundraiser for another person, you'll put it through a Gifts and Go or a GoFundMe, and then you just sign it over to the other person. And that way, if there's something out of it, now if you're doing something that, you know, like you're doing a project where you're actually building, see, she's just a middleman. She's not actually doing anything within this stuff. Going to Lowe's and buying some material. You mean John Cook and Lynette Preston couldn't do that? You know,
well, look at how she inserted herself in the attorneys. And it wasn't just with one attorney. It was with another one. I was going through just the stuff that I had jotted down where she said to take the attorney offline and she would do a fundraiser for it. I'm assuming that was for either Scott Stark or the bankruptcy attorney. I'm not sure which.
So, for the, that would have had to have been early on then, because that, you know, they didn't do anything like that for the late. They were in the middle of their fallout when the last one came up. So that would have to be.
Thanksgiving. It'll be a Thanksgiving I will never forget. It's burned into my memory.
What's beautiful about that is you can go in and make certain that, you know, one of the things I love about transcripting anything is the fact that I can remind myself of exactly what was stated. That way, you know, because mentally we don't mean to embellish or anything, but sometimes we forget pieces, you know, in the moment, and that happens. So I think going in, there will be parts in there that you don't remember at all. You know, you'll be like, oh my God, I forgot all about that.
And I mean, just doing what I've done thus far, I'm like, oh my gosh. But is
there anything that sticks out with that? Like when you're saying, oh my gosh, is there anything things specifically that you were like, holy crap, I can't
The
believe it.
Beecham thing, the very first thing about with John riding by the school to see if Jeremy's back to let Beecham know. And that just blew my mind, you know? She had mentioned the banners, 2 Lees and the banners. She made everybody hate us. And the only ones that we have the banners for are those that still stand behind us. I believe she's dirty, you know, like gypsies.
Like, she said that like
she said that. She said that. That is her word, not my. I mean, I've said that word, but that came out of her mouth. And she said that Bruce, he's the one that found Luthman through Volpe.
That's interesting too. So
here's another quote. And this quote apparently came from Bruce. She was quoting Bruce, okay? Mm-hmm. If the MFer wants to fight dirty and screw with people, we'll fight the exact same way. You know, if it was played the same way, they've never seen dirt. They have not. See, they brought in felons into this mess, and then they play victim. It astounds me how so many terrible fucking people do stuff like that, you know. And again, you know, anything that's stated from Michelle, of course, that would be her statement. We did not state that, but these are her words, not mine.
Yep.
And the Lisa words are her words because I'm sitting here looking at her transcript. So.
Well, it's just funny because Michelle, you know, Michelle likes it where she gets to sit in the backdrop and play victim, but she's definitely, well, these people are going after you. She's definitely the fuel that's firing a lot of that stuff.
Oh, I know it is. And you know what? She bought it on herself because I don't care who says what. I went into this with good intention. After talking with you, I asked Rosalyn. She didn't think I should, but I had to listen to what my heart was telling me to do. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I had somebody I could call if it got too rough, but I didn't go in with any, what word am I looking for? Preconceived notion of anything. I just wanted the truth. Right. I wanted to know what is going on. Why isn't the barn getting built? I wanted the truth. Well, unfortunately for Lisa, the truth is Michelle never saw the money. And no, I didn't use Michelle and run to Jeremy. I didn't talk to Jeremy until I flew down there. You know, I wasn't reporting back to anybody.
Well, I think that became a thing too when she is bragging about how they're going to lie on the stand. She just absolutely will just lie.
Yeah, she said, there's a quote. I heard it. Wait, I got a quote on that. She said that because we were talking about that, and she said that Bruce is their friend, and he was ghostwriting and helping her prepare motions, anything she needed to file. And he did write letters to the courts. But he was ghost writing. But she couldn't tell anybody that. That had to stay between them. And I'm sorry, I'm squirreling here. I sent you an email before we went on because in here, I want to touch on this real quick because it's really, it burns me up a little bit because you know what? These people don't know me. They don't know what we talked about. They don't know my intentions. They know nothing. In here, it says she touches on tummy time. Mm-hmm. Okay, here it is. 20 minutes, 19 seconds. How does she know anything? Do you think Michelle is telling Tina that she gives her daughter tummy time at 6 years old? Doug, can we share that email, please?
Yes. Give me 1 second. Yeah. 1 minute. I got it here. Yeah, so this is an entire, you can see it again, the stuff with her talking about, again, tummy time. Now, tummy time, if people who they don't understand, this relates to a specific thing you do with very little kids,
I understand that she has a GI tube, but I was also on the phone when diapers were getting changed. And that too, I have. But that one's going to stay in my pocket.
Well, it's interesting that they have just adamantly denied that. They're like, oh, no, diapers, no, And
is that why Michelle's on the phone screaming, Harley, lay your ass on the bed so I can change your diaper and wipe your ass?
So, by the way, folks, do not contact any authorities or anyone related to this at all. No. Making this very clear, as a disclaimer. I always make sure to put that in there, too.
It's not going to help Harley. If they were going to do something, it would already get done.
Yeah. You see all these audio calls too that she's putting through. See, this has been her way.
Look at the time that I spent on the phone with this woman. We're talking hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like mental scrub brush.
Well, it's amazing to me. They talk all this shit about you, right? And yet they don't. They talk about, oh, poor Lynette, she's been betrayed and isolated. Man, they isolated her. They won't even give her a way to communicate with them. And then she gets desperate enough that she's like, Tina, reach out to Tug, reach out to,
Yes, she asked me. I put it out there. The very first message I sent her was your clip with the forensic accounting. And my message was, you need to get a hold of Tug. And we just had a visitor walk in the room. And Lisa, this is the law enforcement officer that you so badly want to meet. And by the way, sweetheart, there is no department. He worked his whole life. He's retired. So everybody, here's my husband. Tell these people what you heard with your ears.
I'll tell you. If I wasn't retired, the stuff that I heard, that woman screaming at that child, I would have considered, I truly considered to be emotional abuse. It's child abuse. Screaming at that child. It's unbelievable. For hours. It wasn't just, you did something wrong and I yell at you and correct bad behavior. Screaming at the child for hours.
Now, did you ever hear the word diaper?
Diaper?
Did she ever change a diaper?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. But you did hear her scream at that child.
Oh my goodness. For hours. Over stupid stuff. I don't understand how that person could actually be in custody of a child, especially someone who seems like has special needs. I don't know how the state could actually allow her to even be in custody of that.
Okay, go downstairs now.
That's wild.
It just infuriated me and I said downstairs, I don't get involved in any of this. This is the first time I've ever even talked to you, Tug.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never talked to you before. Never. I sit in the background and I just stay down. I got enough issues of my own than to worry about someone else's issues. There are three things in this world that I absolutely despise. I despise a liar. I despise a thief. And I despise anyone who would do something to a child. I despise it.
In your opinion.
And if you want to try and come after me for being a law enforcement agent or something like that, you can come after me. I'm retired. There ain't nothing. I have no access to any of the government's computers or anything anymore. Come after me. I don't care.
Yeah. Thank you, hon.
Nice meeting you, Tug.
Nice meeting you too, my friend.
I love you.
Love you.
See you later. Go back to your lair. He's going back to his lair.
Actually, there's another part. You can tell, well, a lot of people, they hear this. It's astounding when you hear like how a kid is talking. Somebody said, by the way, hey, it's 6 in the UK. You're in school. Yeah, you are here too. You're supposed to be.
That was brought up too on her little part that she deleted about how would I know and all this crap, because Michelle told me she had her registered in K-12, but she's not doing the work. Well, you can't learn anything if you're not doing the work.
Right. I mean, and at that age, it's actually not very difficult, to the type of work that you're doing. Kids at that age, they want to learn. They don't hate school or learning yet.
And I offered to send the Hooked on Phonics to her.
Yep.
And she said, well, no, I'll just have to sell it. So, no. Which that is going out, by the way. But, there was many a times that I would be on the phone and have to mute because he would be yelling in the background. And I would have to get up and move, because he's very passionate. I mean, working his job that he worked for 20 years, he dealt with the worst of the worst of the worst. And no, he's totally against anybody talking to a child. We've been in the grocery store before, and he's opened his mouth to people that have been just up in a kid's face, screaming, cussing. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you run across those types sometimes, those awful freaking types, that have no business being parents or being guardians or whatever. My God.
There's got to be, and see, if Lisa was in this for the kid, in my opinion, she wouldn't entertain it.
Well, she did. What's crazy is she came out with that statement where she was like, I worry about the kid and its education. So you remember all of that. So she did make a statement when it was beneficial to her to turn on Lynette. She absolutely addressed concerns about Lynette.
But that was the only time. When she found out her back was up against the wall and, I might be in trouble because of this money, then where's your concern for the little girl? And I'm not going to say her name out of respect for the child.
It just blows my mind. And that she has bore witness to some of this behavior because of the behaviors. Shit, in just some of those clips, like you can hear her a couple of times in the clips that I have where she's yelling. And Cook is not. You got to remember when you listen to that stuff, folks. Cook isn't in that little foray. She's hiding it from him. So there's only one party she could be yelling at.
Yep. And he did not want her reaching out to you. And the day that I called you and had her on the messenger when y'all were on speaker, he wasn't there. And then at the very end, I was with the blow up between Michelle and I got tired of being accused of doing crap because people were putting stuff in her head. Like, Tina's too close to Tug. And by the way, I think it's hilarious that you guys think I'm going to spend thousands of dollars to drive to Florida to get me some when I've got some here at the house.
Well, they always claim that about people, that you're supposed, any woman. See, that's the simplistic way to attack a woman. And it's the ugliest way to attack a woman too, and it's always, of course, a so-called woman attacking a woman.
it's the hoes attacking the good girls, because I can count on one hand the number of men I've been with in my life. I don't want to put that bounty up there, Miss Lisa. But anyway, you know, they don't know me, but she's talked to me. And it just...
that amazes me.
It freaking blows my mind. I'm the same person I was back then.
Well, it just amazes. Yeah, you were great and fun and kind when you had money to take, you know?
Yeah, and yeah. And you know what, Tug? I really did. I wanted to help Harley, and I still do. But I'm not going to give these people one red freaking penny.
Yeah, well, you can't, because it's not the money that has been given, that has been gifted. There's no accountability for it. Like that's the problem. I mean, and that's a huge problem too. You know, we don't know where that money went. Well, unless we get an accounting, we can all assume where that money went. You know, it went to the snow flurries.
Well, that, and didn't she? I mean, I guess she paid. Didn't she pay the taxes on the land? So, I don't know what. So Jeremy couldn't pay him, and I was like, Jeremy's not going to pay him.
Which is interesting because, again, you know, you can use the money for taxes, but you can't use the money for
to get a child out of the shed. Get her out of the shed. And that's what really drove. And I don't want to use the word friend, because she wasn't a friend. Friends don't scream at you every time they talk to you.
Right.
Friends don't belittle you. Lynette, Michelle, Lacey, whatever she wants to go by, she's not smart. She takes what these people say as the gospel.
Well, that's how you end up in a bad way too.
Yep, and she's the only one that is going to pay for it. It's not going to be John. It's not going to be Lisa. It's not going to be any of them. It's not going to be Bruce. It's going to be her. And it's just, you know, it was like, just fall on the sword. I remember back in August, at the end of August, because I was getting ready to go on a little trip with my grandkids. And I told her, I said, I bet you Harley would have loved it. It's a little tiny water park with a big splash pad. And she said they had one in Otter Creek, but they couldn't go because, of course, everybody was watching them, which I don't believe. But where was I going with that? See, I'm squirreling. I'm squirreling. I'm angry, and I'm not angry at. I think what Lisa has said is hilarious. I'm angry that people listen to these lies, and instead of doing what I did, get out of the Facebook groups. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The Facebook groups. I challenge any one of you to find from July of 2025 until December 7th, anything posted by me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter that has to do with Jeremy, Lynette, Lisa, anybody, show me, because it didn't happen. I wasn't involved in it. I was talking to her to help her through you find her money.
Yeah, the most amazing thing about it all, again, she wanted that connection. So anything that she said,
she begged for it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she wanted that. So, you know, and again, the problem though is she's also fucking lazy. So she was good to go with doing things like getting, let's just say a probation officer. Sure, she'll do, but you got to fill out something. It takes more work, you know, like an IC3
report. That was filling out the IC39. It was me. Remember?
Yeah.
Because
well, she ends up leveraging. She ends up leveraging all of that. I mean, ultimately, when you look at what was stated to, the Tina and Brian Tina, that was utilized instead to threaten and scare these people instead of actually wanting to follow through. And she's just a user, man. And that's ultimately these people they use back. It's amazing. They all use each other.
It's sickening is what it is, because I could never imagine doing such thing. I mean, I couldn't. And how they continue to do this, and they blame Jeremy. Oh, he's doing this for content. He's doing this for content. He didn't sit and talk about you people 7 days a week. He dedicated 1 hour a week on a Sunday, unless it was a court hearing. He didn't dedicate his shows to them. They're not worth it. But they dedicated every single minute
to
drag them through the mud.
Yeah, the problem isn't them covering, they want to make it an issue where it's not that. It's the idea that they would reach out and go after sponsors, go after trying to deplatform and more. And they admit it,
Yes.
Again.
It's all over jealousy. It's that chase that almighty dollar. My God, this man has all this. I want a piece of that pie. Well, you know how you get a piece of that pie? You spend the time in the kitchen and you cook it yourself. You work for what you get. And she hasn't worked in over 30 years. We all seen her running and throwing tools. And God is my witness. My husband will tell you, I'm lucky if I can pick up a 6-pound dog. But damn it, if I can work, I'm going to do it.
Dude, I mean, people have watched me have to quit streams and shit. This is my job. But, with Hales, it doesn't matter. I'm here every day. Unless I God awfully can't. If you can roll me over here, I'll probably stream.
And see, that was my husband. He would go to work every day and come home purple. And I'm like, dude, you got to do something. You need to retire. Because COVID gave him something that he can't come back from.
Right.
But but he was at work every day. Every day he had 7 months of sick leave to use.
He built up too much.
Oh my God. He went out in December on sick leave, and it rode him through July. So Oh, you are in here. He just snuck up on me and scared me.
It's funny.
He's sneaking in. I can't see him come up the steps when I'm sitting in the craft room.
Well, it's good. What he said actually is good, because I mean, he sounds like a no nonsense person.
I just, like I said, I just don't understand how she could be in custody of that child. That don't make sense to me. I mean, they're stealing. They stole, from what I've heard and what I understand, they stole money. It was earmarked for things, and they act like it's nothing. That money was to be for that child and for something about a fence or a bench, or I mean, I don't know.
Fence or bench.
Yeah, like I said, I just hear bits and pieces from what, but that money was supposed to go for other things. So now you're that's stealing. That's thieves. I hate a thief.
Well,
I hate a liar. I hate a thief.
He doesn't know.
I hate anyone who does something against a child.
He doesn't know Gabe's background. I haven't told him.
Oh yeah, when you have somebody with a background that is actually stolen from other people, that has a probation officer that has taken advantage of elderly people before, and he's part of. They didn't steal a little money. They ghosted. I'm thinking, well, again, we don't have an exact accounting. One guy, though, gave $56,000. One dude. And they bragged about how there was double that. So
how did that woman end up with custody of that child?
Well, it's a mess.
I'll explain that to you offline. Yeah, we
that's
can't
its own
discuss
saga.
that here.
Let's just
Yeah,
say
we
that's its
can't
own
discuss that
saga.
one.
It blows my mind.
Man, you should hear
Someone
about
has
the poppy
less
seeds.
mentality than the child does.
Well, you should hear the wonderful stuff about the people who ghosted the money, man. You know, not only do they have that, but they have let's say a predilection for, let's say, hitting the snow slopes. I think I'll say it that way. You would have had a good laugh out of it though, because they tried to bring me it on everything bagels. No, they didn't use drugs. Those are false positives caused by bagels, poppy seeds.
Bagels.
Poppy seeds. Yeah. It wasn't my underwear. It wasn't my underwear. I don't know where them drugs come from. They're in mine, but they're not my underwear.
What idiots, man. But no, I mean, it's an insane case. That's why, you know, so many people, when you start looking into it, it's infuriating, but it's addictive too, because you start flipping over rocks and you find out what one felon. Here's another felon.
My wife is addicted here.
Yeah.
I get the joy of listening to it from downstairs.
Well, while we're on the thing of addictions, can we talk about an addiction that I was accused of accusing somebody of being addicted?
What?
In her little transcript, she says that I accused her of being addicted to rip tickets. When I know for a fact, I said I'm addicted to them because, honey, am I addicted to them?
Yeah. She likes to play rip tickets when we go out to a bingo or something. She likes to play rip tickets. But hey, it's her fun. I mean, that's what she wants to spend her money on, and it's a good cause. Because the money goes to the fire company or whatever we're at. So if we win, we win. If we lose, the money went to a good cause. It's helping out the community.
Well, it's also you all's money. You know, it's not coming from somebody else that donated it to, say, a kid.
If we win, if she wins, we win. Yahoo! If we don't, then, you know, it went to the fire company, you know.
Okay, go back downstairs so I can talk to Tug.
Yeah. Later,
man. It's good to hear from you, bro. No, it's good. It's interesting to hear an outside person that listens, you know, that has overheard some of these conversations and just how awful these people speak. I mean, we would get samplings of it from again, like Tom Collins. You know, he puts up a video. He's across the street, you know, stood trying to stalk old Travis there, and you can hear them screaming from across the way. And I can only imagine.
That's the thing with Lisa, Tug. You know, she can hear it. You can hear the inside of Jeremy's cab. Apparently, you can't hear the screaming.
Yeah, well, that's actually, you know what? That is a great point. You know, that selective hearing. So it's that selective mutism. She'll mute out the fact that these people scream and rant, and she also mutes out the fact that there's a lot of other stuff said too. Hey, I'm curious. So, do you know what she's talking about when she said, I told Lisa about why I divorced John, and she used it against me?
Wait a minute, let me think. Probably in these notes. That sounds familiar. Give me some more hints here.
Okay, well, she said, I'm curious. Well, she lifted at that for me. So when she was saying, talking all this smack about Lisa, she was saying that the reason that she hated her, besides, you know, you used my child and da-da-da, she said, I told her why I divorced John, and she used that against me.
She told me they divorced for financial gain, but like I told her, that was probably the stupidest thing they could have done. And see, this is going to go back to this bankruptcy thing, and I was going through my notes, and if they're on here, Jeremy, the next one of her filings to the bankruptcy is probably going to be a pullout, because in the ones that I wrote down, I wrote down that she was going to pull out of the bankruptcy.
Yeah, well, she wanted to pull out of the bankruptcy. They ended up getting stuck in it. That was the problem.
So she can't get out of it now?
It's going to be real. I can't say, I will never say you can never get out of it. Okay. Like that's way too definitive, in life, because some crazy stuff may happen, but barring something crazy, no, they're not. They don't hire in trustees and all of this stuff just to let you be like, oh, needed, psych, want a do-over.
Okay. Cause then I just found the one note. It says here, this was on November the 14th. She said that the trustee had called Jerome. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Jerome? Okay, so I have the right lawyer. Okay, because we were talking about them not giving John his food stamps, and he only got like $27 a month, according to her. The trustee called Jerome and suggested that he do more research, but she didn't know what that was about. And she said that she was looking into dropping the bankruptcy because that's the only way that she would be able to keep the property, because they'll sell it as a whole. The trustee will take her money, John will get his money, and she said, Jeremy and his fans would find her way to buy the remainder.
So she knew that the property she was screwed on the property. She absolutely knew that.
Yeah, back on the 14th of November, I have that written down.
Huh. That's interesting. How did she take the idea that she can lose her property?
According to what Jerome told her, it was one of the status status hearings where they said it was 1.66 acres, I believe.
That actually, you know what's funny is they said that Jeremy was a liar, but that's exactly what was quoted by him in something else.
Really?
That's exactly the number.
Well, looky there.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? But I'm wondering, it's weird. So she's been faced with the. I've seen some quotes from her where she's talking about, I'm not going to leave the land. I'm not going to do it. But, that says that she knows she has a problem. I'll put like this, for example. This one came up where she was like, we're not leaving this property unless we're forced to do so. I'm fighting my heart out because this is HG's home forever. When I die, she'll have a paid-for place. I can't die knowing differently.
Yeah, she says that it's paid off, completely paid off. So the only thing that she pays is the insurance. The barndominium completely paid off. But what she told me was they got it broken out into 0.83. No, it's all it goes as a whole because it was supposed to be written owned 50-50, but combined somehow. I'm trying to look for the verbiage because I know I wrote it down. I remember the quote.
So what's funny though in all of that is she played herself. Like ultimately all of that, they blame Jeremy. But look, that's why I say Fed 2, they can say whatever they want. Oh, it was a mess. Really? Because Fed 2, you have a couple of state cases that have gone really bad. You have the stuff with Bruce tying himself up in the state case. And on top of that, you have bankruptcy.
Yeah. And that was the worst advice, best advice for Jeremy, worst from her people. Oh, here it is. It says the deed. This was back on the 12th, November 12th. With 50-50 ownership with 100% survivorship is the way it was supposed to be written up.
No.
And that was for the 1.66, where 0.083 would be 50% her, and then the other 0.083 would be John. But if one were to die, the other would then automatically get it.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I got here. She's yelling at HD for being in the tub. You don't need to be in there.
Man, you can have a smorgasbord going through all those things and transcripting them out, man. You know,
I'm trying.
Oh God.
I'm trying.
Well, this is also so one of the reasons I thought it would be good. First of all, they've been coming after Tina hard, so I thought having another conversation. Tina's welcome to come on anytime, anyway. But with them targeting her, I thought that would be a good conversation. But what I really thought would be worth bringing up as well is the fact that they keep saying all this stuff is lies, and well, oopsie, there actually is a record of a lot of this stuff that happened.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sitting here and I've got things highlighted and circled, and it's like she says in here, she compares me to Shara. Thank you for that compliment.
Well, of course, everybody's a traitor. Everybody, actually, I think, as far as comparable to Shara, well, Shara talked about how they would yell and stuff. And Bruce, in his conversations with Shara, he seemed to imply that she was pretty hard to deal with too, about the
and
yelling.
He's an officer of the court. He's a mandated reporter. Hello.
And well, I did find that interesting too. Like with all those conversations, I wonder, again, I'm not going to say what a person does or doesn't overhear, but that's a lot of time to spend on the phone with somebody that in just that first conversation that I had with her, that she's already, yelling and dishing and all of this. You can't tell me in hundreds of hours of conversation you don't hear that too.
Oh, you do. You do. And if you try to have a conversation with her, it's damn near impossible because she's screaming at somebody.
Yeah, I can only imagine how that would be,
But as far as these folks, let's just set the record straight. Tina didn't go in this to set up anybody. Tina went in this to get to the truth. And I'm going to get there. And, I like it that you talk about me. Just make sure you get my name right.
Well, it's weird. Okay, so if you went in to quote unquote set her up, you mean to tell me that she doesn't tell the truth all the time? Because Lynette made the point of saying, I always tell the truth. She says that so much, right? So if she's always telling the truth, then what is there to set up?
Lord. Didn't you hear? I work for Jeremy.
I've heard that about everybody. It's like, man, you know what?
It's freaking hilarious that they come to these conclusions. You know what? Why don't you send me an email? I put my email address out there on Rosalyn's stream forum. Send me an email. Ask me a question. I'm not going to lie to you. I support Jeremy in this endeavor. Because what they have done is mess with his livelihood, with his family, with his employees, with people that he loves and cares for. If it was happening to my best friend, I would stand behind my best friend. If it were happening to somebody that I don't know, like Jeremy, and I see that it's wrong, I'm going to stand with the truth.
They know nobody's an employee of anyone. It's just a thing to sell to their simps over there. These morons that haven't done any, if these people took like 2 seconds and thought about the people that they're backing. Again, how many felons do you need in a little, how many people that have been in trouble for types of fraud do you need around money before you question it? Or people that have been around blackmail? Or how many people giving legal advice do you need that, they've had real problems? They like to be like, oh, Randy, look at this here. And I'm like, look at the people that are saying it. Holy crap, man. I mean, these are people.
Compare the rap sheets. It's like you're not going to find any on me.
Yeah, well, that's what they do, though. They create falsity because that's why they ultimately they find something to create so they can dismiss you,
Well, see, that's what they did with me. And this is where, and I hope Jeremy is in here so he can hear this. When I decided, okay, I'm going to start digging and I'm going to find out what's going on, because I was watching the other Ohio guy, I'm not mentioning his name.
Right.
And they did a live stream, and they said some pretty outrageous, nasty, disgusting things about Jeremy. And they pulled up these court documents, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, that just doesn't look right. That looks computer generated. And then they say, well, these are sealed documents. Well, how in the heck did you get your hands on them? So I wanted to know, because it was disgusting what they were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Those were some pretty bad claims that they
Yes.
made.
So I made a call to my attorney. I did not call the courts myself. I asked my attorney, who is one of my best friends in the world. I said, can you just call and see if there's any sealed? And he called me back. He said, I called 4 counties. There's nothing there. Nothing but a divorce. And that's when I came out of that channel. And that's when I had my mind made up right there. These people are evil. For them to circumvent something awful, and then to have his child come on and have Bruce berate him the way he did. Oh, I wanted to climb through the computer screen myself. It was disgusting.
It was telling. It was very telling. You know, the people you're dealing with.
They have no character. There's no soul. They're soulless.
Well, they hope that in breaking a person, they hope that he would just be like, fine, here, take some money and leave me alone. You know?
That's exactly what Michelle actually said that to me as I was reading through all this mess, that they didn't think that he would push it this far, that he would just settle out. And I said, and you believed him. You know, you were dumb for believing him. And anybody that thinks that, if you're still thinking that, you're stupid. It's not going to happen. And he's going to fight you to the end. And he's got an army behind him. Many of us hold evidence against you.
Well, he should fight too. I mean, these people and what they've tried to do, you know, they've made no qualm about. Again, they've tried to take a flamethrower to his life. Of course, he should fight. You know.
Absolutely, he should. Not only his life. They tried to break him in Georgia. They have messed with their health. I mean, it stops, and it needs to stop. Yes, it's entertaining to sit and laugh at a bunch of idiots that don't know their butts from their elbows, and to hear the lies, just like with me. They don't know me, but they sure 20 pages full of things, you know, talking about Jacksonville, talking about Southern Florida. Well, let's get a map out. Let's get a dart. Let's throw a dart. Let's find out where Tina's at. You know, come on.
Well, what they try to do is they're like, oh, we're the victims of this mean old person. Go after her. That's what they're doing, you know.
Well, bring it, because I am not the same girl I was when Marla tried that crap last year. Bring it. Because all you're doing is lighting a fire, and it's a fire that you're not going to be able to put out once it's lit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with everything. It's just like Shara. I think the comparison for yourself is good in that too, because Shara, she spoke a little bit of her mind. She was going to walk away, just like you. You know, you spoke your mind for a minute, and that was that. But they don't stop. They just keep targeting, and they target some of the worst things that have ever happened in your life, and I think that works.
And Lisa is the reason I stopped being a member on What the Hales. And if he wants an affidavit from me, I will gladly give it to him. She's the reason I stopped buying for a while. If he'd like an affidavit, I would gladly give it to him. So there, Lisa, you managed that for a couple of months, but then I did my own research. And sweetheart, you bless your little heart. You don't know me. And no, I don't want you to be scared of me, as you stated in your little BS stream that night. I don't want you to be afraid of me. Be afraid of the truth. Be afraid of your Savior, but be afraid of the truth.
Well,
and that doesn't just lie with me. That lies with many of us.
I think they are very much afraid of the truth. That's why they do anything that they can to ultimately smear anyone that brings up anything truthful. You know, you got to essentially, to deal with them, they expect walk, step, or else. You know, they've made that clear. Look at how many of the people that follow them that they have turned on and thrown to the wolves, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And it's a shame that she probably has a lot of followers over there that are really good people. And unfortunately, what she is encouraging them to do is not so nice.
Well, there are all, you know, that's the same excuse, though, that people throughout history have used. Really underneath, they're really good people. You know, there was a certain mustache-wearing person that in the 40s convinced a whole nation of, well, we're pretty good people underneath it, to do some pretty awful things, you know. Yep. Being a good person underneath, well, you know, that doesn't help. Your actions speak very, very loudly. And their actions, again, they have gone after anybody. They went after Patty, for fuck's sake. A woman who's like, hey, I came down, I don't know anything about anything that's going on. I just rode down here with someone. There's an 8-year-old in the car. Dude pulls a pew-pew on it, and they're like, well, help us dox this lady.
Yeah, that was awful. That was that Miss Patty lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
If my kid had been in that car, he would have ate that gun. Just saying.
What a situation to be in.
I'm sorry, I said the G word. Sorry, YouTube gods.
You're fine.
But I'm just, these people, it's like they get their rocks off on going, don't they have a life? I mean, they've monetized Jeremy very successfully, actually. So I mean, when we look at it, they're not just, this has been a business strategy. And as long as they don't turn over that money to Lynette, hell, they've made a lot of money. Yeah, but the more that they think they're making, they're going to end up paying. One way or another, they're going to either jail or they're going to have to pony up the money.
Well, that's they think right now that the only person that is going to pay is Lynette Preston. That's ultimately, it makes it easy when someone wants to go after another person if they, you know, if they're the impression that they themselves are not going to have a problem.
Oh no, we're going to make sure they have a problem.
Well, I mean, ultimately, again, if the court system is like, hey, everything is fine, everything is gravy, well, that goes both ways. It does. And, you know, if anybody can do it, it's funny, they've been setting over. Did you see them whining about how they were going to sue Jeremy because he made a walrus mobile?
Oh, my goodness, yes. And I about died laughing because when I was down there, I saw that sitting on the table before they sent that to Shizzy, and I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, I've got one of those myself. I love it. But it's funny because they're like, a walrus mobile. Oh, my God. Here, I got to rate her real quick. Hey, thank you, baby. Here, go upstairs. Okay. I love you, too. I'll plug it up for you, okay? Hey, change that shirt, too. You got water on it.
Well, guess I was drinking water.
You spill some on you? Okay, well, change your shirt, too.
Just a little water, right?
That's okay. You just change your shirt, though, okay?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you, baby. Her device died. She got a, yeah. It's funny. She's like, oh, I love playing with this. And the thing about her playing is it's a learning game on here anyway. So.
Oh, somebody just put lip gloss up. Tug, that package that's coming for the kids is a lip gloss, make your own lip gloss kit.
Oh my God. She'll love it.
Yeah, so don't hate me once you get it, okay?
Love that.
Just give you fair warning. That's the grandma in me, sorry.
No, it's cool, man. I like that. with the kids. Like they, I don't know, go into the post office is fun for them. You know, I mean, it's fun for me to see it because it's fun for them. So I like that. You know, how many times in life can you say that unless you bought something, that going to the post office is fun, you know?
Exactly. I'd like to walk in the post office and find something really big in there.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Although my husband, he's grounded me. And I'm going to blame Jeremy. # blame Jeremy. Because this week it's been every day for the past week and a half I've gotten deliveries.
It's always fun though, you know.
It is.
Yeah. Oh my God, no. I bet you have some amazing stuff that you don't realize you have right now.
Oh, and when I do, and it's on paper, there's not a damn thing anybody will be able to do about it.
No, you can sit down, talk about whatever, you know. Again, you're not playing anything. You're ultimately refreshing your memory. And I mean, you're talking about some, the one I really would love to see transcripted out, so it's exactly right, is the discussion day about the lawyer, you know. Because
Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
That's when the tablet would is that the one that she had on the tablet that she gave to Lisa? That lawyer?
Oh, when she said that it's the one that she said you know, that they had to call and that Lisa had to call up because of Tina and Brian, all of that mess.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get to that one too myself.
Yeah, see, I figure, you know, you can
I
transcript.
thought you were talking about the other one.
I mean, that'll be good too. I think all of it will be pretty interesting. It's wild though when she claims that all of the evidence that she has, she didn't share. By the way, I hope folks, you know, when they're talking about how they represent her PR and all of this other stuff, I hope people catch things like that. She didn't share her evidence with them. According to her, she gave it to them. Why would she give it to them?
Yeah, she gave Lisa everything.
Yeah, and I mean, really, when you get down to that, if she really did, again, you know, you have to take her word on that. But you know, if she really did go that route, the question is, again, why would you go that route? Why would you do that if they're just somebody like, you know, Hales can show me some of his evidence, but to give me the actual copies of it, have no backups according to them, that would be insane. Why would you do that unless I work for you?
Now, I honestly think that she did, because one day I remember I was on the phone with her. Harley had dumped either water or juice over paperwork, and she went off about it getting wet. She didn't have another copy. Lisa had the only other copy. So I'm pretty sure Lisa has everything. The tablet that she was on during the deposition that was online is in Lisa's possession, from what Michelle said.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. She, you know, because what she's done there too is she herself has not preserved evidence. She is admitted that she has given evidence to these other people, and she didn't make any copies or anything else. You know?
And just like those Facebook groups that she just took down.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gone.
She's really good at ghosting things, you know.
I just ran across a paragraph off of Lisa's thing here. I want to read to you because I think you're going to get a chuckle out of this one, Tug. I know I am. And you're the bad team. Look, this is I Am Tina, the Truth Umbrella Guy. I guess they showed my avatar.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, are you serious? Hey, you think maybe she's trying to hook up with Tug? You want to talk about obsessions? Or, you know, having was the word you used earlier. So, Tug, I'm your #1 supporter. We're in a big conspiracy pile of BS.
Sorry, I had a raider for a minute.
That's okay.
She brought me a stuffed animal. She was like, I got this wet. And I was like, how did you get that? I was just washing my hands. I was like, how would you wash your hands and a stuffed animal? You know? She was like, it needed to wash its. I was like, it's a chicken nugget. It doesn't have any hands. All right, set up there. Thank you, baby. Close the door. All right. All right.
And it says, let's see. It was a different word, different eye. Infatuated. Hello. Well, she seems to be a big Tug supporter, right? She contacted Michelle on behalf of Tug, right? And
oh,
look,
you mean Michelle? Again, we've shown the text messages there. Does that mean that Michelle is a big supporter of Tug?
Must be.
Yeah, is she infatuated with Tug?
Must be. Apparently I am, because she says, look at her freaking avatar. Yeah, you like that one.
And then, you know what that says? It says butthurt. They are so butthurt.
Yeah, because they can't get anything to stick. They're throwing the spaghetti at the wall and it's sliding down.
Well, yeah, that's again, that is the gospel of the lowly, as it were. You know, it's something that they want to drag you down to their just disgusting level, and their disgusting level where they attack women, especially. It's most of the time it's sexual, it's degrading, because that's who they are. You know.
Well, have you seen a picture of her? Put me up against her any day, and I'm older.
I think, you know, it's funny. I also. Yeah, they were trying to throw in, like I said, last Tuesday I had a pretty rough go, and I had to end, and I cut off the stream halfway, and they're like, they're laughing about it, and even their co-host had to remind them, hey, we have audience members that have these problems too. You know, maybe you shouldn't wish the demise of people with blood pressure problems and stuff, because
they did that to you, and look at what they did to me when I flew to Florida. That threat I got about all the agony in my life, knowing my husband's dying, knowing my cousin had just been murdered the night before. I mean, come on.
That's awful. And they've weaponized the child too. You know, I mean, that's
I mean, they call my house, Mommy, why'd you let me die?
We haven't talked about that. Do you feel okay discussing that then?
Yeah, I'll discuss it. I mean, I can't do anything to bring him back, so. But I'm not going to let these pieces of crap smear him.
Well, that call, man, when it came in, I was like, man, you know, I know stuff like that is painful to discuss, but if you feel like discussing them calling with that, like I definitely, because, you know, when you told me that, it fucking filled me with rage. I thought
my son died of a medical mistake, of a combination mistake. So they can take that. They'll probably spin it that he was doing this, that, and the third, but he wasn't. And he was given a prescription from one doctor and a prescription from the other doctor, and it killed him. He took too much of one, and it killed him. He had to cure the pain. But I never held anybody responsible, because I think he committed suicide, if they really want to know the truth. So if they really want to keep playing their little games, my son had a very hard life.
Right. Very
hard life. And he did fight the devil for a long time, and he beat him. Beat him. So if they want to keep throwing my son at me, I'll find something, because you get what you give.
Yeah, well, they motivate you to.
Oh, have they motivated me? I mean, I've got people in Florida digging for me, and that's my home state. I have senator phone numbers in my cell phone. They're personal numbers. I know a lot of people. So bring it on. Keep doing it.
But they called your home.
They called my home. They won't call my cell number because they don't have it, but Michelle has my house number.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, all this stuff starts after you talk about what had happened. all of that starts, and they start calling, pretending to be a child.
Well, actually, it started right after Christmas. The phone call started a couple days after Christmas, but after my husband started answering the phone, they stopped. And then when I went on again, I think with you, and that's when that started. I was like a week before I went on with Rosalyn. It was a Saturday before Rosalyn. It was the middle of the night. And it was like, it sounded like a kid and a man, and it just, oh my God. All I can say is you better hope I never find out who you are.
Indeed. I agree. I back that too, you know. If I find out who did that, I swear to God, I swear it on everything holy, I will make your life so miserable. I swear it. I do. I swear it, you know, because I take that very, you know, as a parent, I can't imagine what you went through.
Let me tell you something. That night, had it not been for my husband, I was ready to get in my car and drive to Florida.
I'm sure, you know.
And it's not because you guys are hurting me. You will not do that to my son, who is not here to defend himself. But his daughter is. And if I find out you pukes go after her, you have a leader. She calls herself your leader. And that's who my lawyer will be coming for, is your leader.
I tell you, I'm make it clear. They can clip this. Listen to me very closely on this, folks. They've said anything goes. And if they think this is okay right here, like I said, I find out who that is, I will make your life hell. And I promise, you know, fuck a court or anything else. Courts have apparently, like Fed 2 has told me that, again, we can see where it goes, but it seems like everything's in play, you know. And if they want to try to torment somebody, like I've talked to Tina through this stuff as it's gone. I've talked to Tina quite a bit now, you know, finding out everything. And I like Tina. I do. I think you're a good person. I think you went in with all the right reasons. And if you would have, you know what, if you would have talked to Michelle and you would have thought, hey, Michelle's right in this, you went in and did your research. You tried, you went right to it and tried to find out. You didn't listen to anyone else on it. And these people, they want to try to punish you for coming to the conclusion, because that's what they're there for. They're not there ultimately, they're PR and shit, but these people were also brought in to silence everyone that speaks up. That's ultimately what they've tried to do. And they've been successful in driving away a lot of people, but I'm damned.
Not going anywhere.
Well, you know, you've got a lot of people that back you in that too. So these people, you know, I'm sorry that happens. You know, ultimately, it goes back to what I was saying about lines. You know, there are lines in the sand that most of us, the majority of people out there, would say that this is too far. And they don't think that's too far, though. They don't. And that
they're
really,
sick.
This speaks to
this
them.
new guy that they've got, this guy that's got some kind of out of the country thing, whatever the heck his name is, supposed to be worse than the other one.
Yeah.
If I find out it's him, I mean, I've thought about calling Luthman's father myself. He lives in Jacksonville, not 10 minutes from my other sister's house. I'll send my sister over there, knock on the door, find out if it's him. But
I mean, ultimately, they just see, but they want to drive you to do something rash and reactional, you know? Instead, you know what? You take that feeling right there. You do the same thing. I told Shara this, you know, I have communicated with Shara only in a handful of emails, you know, because she was being stalked by these people, you know. She was afraid. She was legit. People see her talking about this stuff too, you know, with her being afraid. Oh, she was She very much was. And I told her, you know, she was angry about certain things that happened too. And I was like, you take that anger, you bottle it up, and you use it as motivation. You know, you dig through, like you got countless hours of evidence that these people, they have gifted you. And by God, if they want a war, you fucking give them war.
Oh, I will. And they're not going to want it. Because when I come, when I play, I'm like Jeremy. I play to win. And I'm a little emotional right now. Sorry. People are.
You don't apologize for that. You know what?
People are asking about the phone calls. The phone company can't trace them because they're calling me through these VoIP.
Yeah. They use VPNs. They use a virtual privacy network is what they're doing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're stealing phone numbers. They actually stole Kevin's cousin's phone number. Did I tell you about that? We thought his uncle was in trouble. And I answered the phone and it turned out to be one of these stupid people. So they're picking local numbers up here and calling through local numbers. And if you call my house during the day, it's usually off the hook. So if you ever need to reach me during the day, you need to call the cell because I normally take the phone off the hook.
It's just stuff that's gross. I mean, honestly, you know, again, if you want some, if you get a name with it, if you want to fucking elbow drop a fool, I guess.
Oh, I'm from the South. What do you think, Todd?
I mean, like again, you know, Hales went the law route because these people targeted his business and stuff. My business is dunking on weirdos, and I'm good at my business. So, you know,
I'm from the South. I'm right there with you. Yeah. If I find out even an inkling of a name of who made that call, they'll either admit to it or tell me who did it.
I'm going to remake your avatar where we're playing here, like make it funny. You know, I've been dipping stuff in gold, you know, to lighten the mood for a minute there. Check this out. Yeah, well, check this out. This is so funny. I've actually been. Some of them are cool. They come out, but some of it is just totally wild. Check some. This is what I've been doing while we talk. Give me a minute. Look at all these. Look, ooh, bedazzled.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh, like him in gold. Oh, yeah.
It needs more sapphires. No, need more sapphires.
Well, I was trying to keep the mask situated, and I couldn't.
Blow that up. No, go back.
Jeweled tug drawing himself. Yeah.
Let me see the mask.
Yeah, look at that mask. Isn't that cool?
I like that.
Yeah. I thought that was cool too. I was trying to figure out how to make it stand out. So I'm working on detailing, you know, but I'm trying all the like, oh, look, it's raining. It's raining. You know, let's see. You know, man, Emperor Tug.
King Tut.
Although it gave me these weird little cross eyes. Look at the little beady eyes.
I was going to say, what's up with the glasses? What is that? You got somebody on your face.
We got sugar cookies. Yummy. You have baseball bobbleheads.
You need an angel and a devil on your shoulders.
Yeah, I've actually gotten one of the somebody made a pretty funny one the other day. There'll be a screenshot that goes by. This is the Loofamobile. I'm going to make fun of that later. But I've been playing with the sugar cookies. Look at this.
Oh, I like that.
Them chicken skins, baby. Gotta have them chicken skins. I've been playing with coloration. I was like, oh, that's cool. Just random shit. I was lightening our mood for a minute. And then for my daughter, you know, she has this is her avatar online, you know, for my oldest.
That's
for her
cool.
comic book. So I was playing with the coloration. Yeah. But she has for her comic book, you know, we did 3 comic books together. So that's one thing I absolutely love about all this stuff here. We in Dunking on Fools, we also got to make, but I mean, these people, they make it real clear. They don't mind taking aim at someone. I mean, like with kids, they just see them as an afterthought. I mean, shit, the day where, I didn't find out until afterwards because the mods handled it so well. But the day with the Fed 2 stuff came in, these people were so butthurt. They were all up in my chat, like, talking shit when the little one would come in and stuff. And the mods dealt with it, but they were trying so desperately to do it. They even, we know a certain person that likes to do this, by the way, but they were even trying to super chat them in so they could talk shit about a little kid,
That was that night with Megan, right?
That was the night I had to pop off and leave.
Okay.
That was the Tuesday. That was when Megan was gone, and I ended up, I was soloing, and I'd had medication. By the way, so I just noting this for people. I have not taken anything since Tuesday. Now I do have that feeling that I would have that would come in, like where I feel like, oh my God, something's wrong on live stream. I've had that hit me a few times, but I tell you, I would rather deal with that than the side effects of all that medication, what it was doing, because that stuff felt like it was killing me. So
you sound a lot better.
Yeah, I feel better than that. I'm gonna make your avatar gold. Let's see. Make this person golden too. I took a screenshot, so it'll be small, but I'm gonna make it. Like I said, I was lightening the mood for a minute there, and I appreciate you, Tina. You got into this because you were trying to do a decent thing. You tried to help out HG. You tried to make sure that. I hope people understand this too. You're trying to make sure that Lynette could recuperate money to help out HG. That's what it was all. Everybody has noted, whether it's you or only me or whomever, it was for that. It wasn't for the fats to take in. So for them to keep that money is insane. And I mean, that was like, when you reached out and contacted, that was a part of it. You were like, hey, if you talk to her, do you think that you could help her? Absolutely, I could, and it's funny because I did note and you relayed to her, there were certain things that would come up. Obviously I'd record, obviously, I would keep, but I would not note this whatsoever. I would not live stream or anything. That wasn't the intention of it unless she turned on me.
And that's exactly what I told her. And I said, you will never see me post to social media about anything we discuss as long as you don't do it to me. And when she started doing it to me, it was no holds bar. At that point, I'm the type of person, and I don't want to sound cocky when I say this or conceited, but damn it, I follow the law. Okay?
Right.
It's there for a reason. And if you're going to go in front of the judge, hey, there you go.
Looks good in gold. It actually came out real good.
I like that color of my hair.
Came out real good.
But you don't lie to a judge. And you don't, I guess you could say, I don't want to say like what it was. Saving you from yourself. Because Bruce wrote that. You and Lisa didn't. Bruce did it.
Well, also, the idea is like she's brought it up plenty of times. She says this to everyone. The route that she's taking. Again, this is not to give her any out either when I say this. I'm not making an excuse for her. But you can tell this is not her plan. She has no idea what the fuck she's doing.
No. And she is legally illiterate. And I told her, all you got to do is Google. Google is your friend when it comes to, if you have a question, Google it. Don't believe everything you read, but get the statute number and then read the statute. But she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. She'd want
that requires work. That requires work,
Well, I mean, look at the statutes I had to send her about the money, about internationally collecting money. I mean, who's going to do something there? Because it wasn't just Lisa and them getting the money. I mean, he gave several channels money. And, you know, if you were to go, let's say you were to go over there to London, you have to declare after a certain amount. What that amount is, I don't know, because I don't go overseas. I'm in America. That's where I'm going to stay. But once you get back, you can only bring back a certain amount of money before you have to declare the rest. And I would think you would have to do that, sending it via PayPal, Zelle, whatever. Wouldn't you have to declare it?
You've just got to pay. Well, you are in sending it, so it is declared just by using the app or whatever. Now you've got to pay, you know, any kind of fees or anything on sending that. And oh my God, that's funny. I made a chicken skin bag. I'm making some chicken skin products.
Oh, cracklins? You're making cracklins?
Yeah, look at this, like maximize crunch pure chicken skins. Look at that. Isn't that good? Yummy, yummy.
Oh my God.
Taste it, taste it, taste it.
I like that.
I love it. Oh man, I like pig skins. They're good. You know,
I do too.
I always like pork rinds, depending on where you're from. Hey Tina, can you talk for 2 minutes? I'm gonna be right back. The kitty's yelling.
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
I'll read the chat. Talk to the chat. Hi guys. I guess it's just me right now. Let's see. We need a bag of golden poppy seeds. Uh-oh. No, we don't need poppy seeds. No poppy seeds. Come on, guys. Help me out. I'm new at this. Oh, I don't want to do dead air on Tug's screen, guys. Come on. I can't pronounce names. Oh, Johnny, thank you. Thank you. Hi, guys. Let's see. I got a Marima. Oh, I'm getting old. I need glasses. Oh, Tammy, thank you. Sure, shoot away. I'm ready to answer. It was amazing meeting Jeremy and George. You got just had such a warm feeling. Wonderful people. Wonderful people.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, I'm going to answer the mental health question with me. I have a very strong support system. My husband is absolutely the greatest thing that ever came into my life. When I was going through listening to what I was listening to on the phone, I would call Tug, and he was amazing. And Rosalyn. I can't tell you how many times I called the both of them crying, literally crying. And then, of course, I had my hobby, which involves targets set at 25, 50, 100, 125, 150, and 250, a table, and some pew-pews. That's always a good stress reliever.
Right.
So that's how I dealt with it. And, you know, the fallout's been real. It's a lot of insomnia. Doug will tell you, I don't sleep well, but it's something I can deal with because I sleep during the day now. But thank you for asking. But I've got a great team behind me that supports me when I need them.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, you got a lot of friends and support in that. And you know, if it were something that on there too, like Tina were talking to me, and it was something that she couldn't, you know, I would. First of all, I've been a mental health professional for a long time myself, but I would also make sure that, you know, she would talk to somebody too, you know, outside of that, just to see.
And what was great about you, Tug, and I can't tell you how much I thank you for this, is when you didn't hear from me for a couple of days, you'd call and say, "Hey, are you good?"
Yeah. Well, I know these people are trying to, you know, they've been messing with you, and you know, you're stable, and I'm careful in the way I use. I'm just going to use the word stable. You know, you're stable in dealing with this. It's not something that ever goes away, and of course, but these people have tried to take that. Marla's the perfect example. Look at what that piece of shit tried to do right off the bat.
She did do it last year, and that's why I refuse to let them do it again.
Yeah. I remember seeing that, and I didn't, I actually remember it being brought up something with that, and at the time I had no idea who you were with all of that. I just remember,
Jeremy touched base on his show on it one day because it was sent to me, and I was like, well, thank you very much for addressing that.
I mean, it's just so nasty but I mean, that was Marla taking aim at somebody just because they thought they could hurt. So you can see it even then, they didn't need an incident to take aim at Tina. They didn't need, to try to put her in her place for talking out of line, as it were. They did it just because they could before. They find out something awful. One of the problems too is, you've seen the doxing and other shit too, like with Miyagi, where they take sensitive information. Well, there are people out there that don't want to speak up because they thought these people were their friends and they told them sensitive information. There are people that have contacted me and they were like, look, I would talk about this or that or the other, but I'm afraid to.
Well, if they'd like to contact me, I will say, won't use their names, but I can incorporate it in.
Well, they don't. What the problem is like specific people or donors, if it comes up, they may be able to link back to them, and they know stuff like, again, like with yourself, they know something that is painful or harmful. And, not everybody's, I understand this too. Not everybody's built for this, it's rough.
It is very rough. Yeah. I had to completely disengage, so to speak, because what they did to me last year, I will never get back. Right. And they took pictures. They deleted some of his pictures. They took some of his postings away. Things that I'll never have it. It's gone, like him. And that's why when Jeremy added Marla to that lawsuit, I kid you not, you can ask my husband, I literally screamed and cried and yelled, thank you, Jesus. Somebody's going to make her pay.
Well, yeah, if she doesn't pay legally, she can still, she can mobility scooter joust.
Joust? Yes. I will I will put the gator on he has a gator, just like my gator. I'll put my gator on the trailer, and y'all can even use the gators.
I'll start working out right now. I'm getting in shape, that way.
But yeah, these people are ruthless, and I'm not having it anymore. These tears aren't tears because I'm hurting. These tears are, I'm one of those people that if you get me mad enough to make me cry, you might want to walk away. Just ask my sister. And nobody knows, we can't tell anybody who my sister is, because that'll blow everybody's mind, and that's the stream coming with Venom and Roz. So,
well, they ultimately, like I said, they picked a fight with the wrong people. Some people, they'll lay down. Some people, like I said, they're not built for it, and understandably, I get it, man. If you're a person out there, you went out and you tried to help, and then you find out, hey, these are awful people, because again, some of these folks, well, they'll know I'm talking about there. If I'm talking about you, I don't mean that as an insult or anything either. Most people, they never expect a good deed to end up coming back on them that way. But unfortunately, I mean, again, look at what they've done to, God, so many of their donors. If it was just one donor, you could be like, all right, maybe that person's an asshole,
Yeah.
But God, how many of them? How many people need to be targeted before it's like, wait a minute, there's a problem here?
Well, the problem is they're going to pick on the wrong person one day. And that person's not going to be a strong person, might have some mental instability. Mm-hmm. And that person may inflict self-harm. Now, I'm not saying unaliving, but
I've seen that there have been situations online where stuff like that happens. And you know what happens in the aftermath? Nothing.
No.
Absolutely nothing. You would think, oh man, you know, law enforcement, and no, they won't do anything. They
you have to find the right. Now I'm probably going to kick myself in the butt for saying this, but I've talked to one Levy County deputy down there that I think would be the ultimate sheriff for that county just by what he has said to me. He does not agree with any of this stuff that's going on. He thinks it's been handled. He gave me his cell phone number and said if I got any more threats to let him know. But the sheriff, the elected sheriff of Levy County, didn't want to give me the time of day.
Of course not.
And he said, what do you want me to do? I said, how about your job? Let's start there.
That's actually a good request. I mean, it's not a big request when you're like, hey, these people they're calling and they're making threats. It would amaze me when I heard about, like with Shara. Again, Shara is a federal witness, and these people were online making threats toward this witness. They were just straight up threatening her, and nobody gave a shit. Like the judge, you would think a judge would, be like, hell no. And I think someone like Grabe would freak out about that. I think it would piss him off. But man, in federal court, look what's been allowed.
Well, I mean, if it had been me, what I would have done was made a call to the U.S. Marshals, to the federal police, and I would have said, I am a federal witness against these people. They are threatening me. The local sheriff won't do anything. I need your help.
Yeah, well, with Shara did call law enforcement about the stuff that was happening. She did contact. Ultimately, they did nothing for her.
They're not those people down there. They have. Well, you heard at the beginning what I said. They want Jeremy, and the only reason they want Jeremy is because he's a snowbird, and being from that area, people look down on snowbirds. They do.
So what kills me though? If they want to be like, hey, get this carpetbagger out of here, cool, okay. Well, the people living across the street, they're carpetbaggers too. And there's fucking people, just because the Fats are living up there in Florida, they are still outsiders as well,
Yep. They're a damn snowbird that decided they're the damn snowbirds. They stayed.
Yeah, well, it's easy. I think sometimes, again, I'll say, well, you look at certain people out there and you look at the type of people they like to target, the vulnerable populations they like to target. And then you look at the state and look what they're filled with. Yeah, of course they stayed, Of course they. I'm going to hit
when I went back, it was like I've been gone from Florida now for 13, 14 years. And I don't think I'd ever want to go live back. It's changed. I mean, the area, Cedar Key used to be one of our favorite areas. My son played he was very well known a long time ago for his baseball. And he had teams from freaking Miami picking him up, He was in the Little League World Series. He still holds records at Cooperstown. I mean, he had a natural talent. And we would go to Cedar Key often. That's where we would do our little mini vacations because we're dolphin lovers. Manatees, dolphins, the pelicans are amazing. They will take the fish right out of your hand if you let them. But when I didn't get over to Cedar Key when I was there because I was only there for the 2 days, but I don't even think as much love as I have for that area that I could ever live there again because the people have changed.
Well, it's also, for places that preach law and order, like for states that do. You know, they love to get on the pulpit and talk about it. They sure should back up some pretty awful folks.
And you know what? I'm very disappointed in Governor DeSantis, because Ron, he was big in the baseball where I was from, and he always talked a good law and order game, and so did Pam. Pam Bondi was one of the best that Florida ever had. And then when Tina Moody took over, she was good. But this one they've got in there now, I'm not so sure, because he doesn't like to return phone calls. At least the other two did.
Well, I think if you look at Levy County, though, it's been the same way for a long time. You know, they've made national news. You would think when in Florida, when you start making national news about how you
Did I lose you? Or is it my? Oh.
Yeah, look at it was like.
Oh, really?
I
know a thing or two about fleas.
Oh, really? Do tell.
Trust me, I'm an expert. I know a thing or two.
I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. You know, it's like, all right, that's funny. But anyway, the stuff that has been going on in Florida, though, has been going on through many administrations. And you would think once you get blasted on national news about having this area where victims, I mean, they're treated like garbage. We're talking about, I'm going to say ARP victims.
No. Trust me, we don't need to. I know all about that because I was one, and I got treated like garbage.
See, and with that, when you get this blasted out, see, that's awful. And then I've learned, though, you know, I've learned here again, the law enforcement doesn't. If you don't make headlines for them, they don't really give as much of a shit anyway. You know, it's a wake up call when you need them. So
you know how back in 2013. In Jacksonville, there was 2 teenage girls. They were having their last weekend before school starting, just a little sleepover. They decided to sleep in the living room of a mobile home, and the mom and the boyfriend took the back end of the mobile home, the bedroom. Well, the trailer got shot up with the big black guns. I'm not going to say the gun because.
Right.
I said the G word again. Sorry.
You're good. No, you're fine. It actually doesn't hurt. The live stream's in far enough. It doesn't matter anyway.
Okay, good. I'm just not used to saying pew pew.
It's not natural to say anything like this. Unfortunately, you know, I don't like having to camouflage what I say, but you know, if we want to reach people on platforms, we have to play by the rules.
True.
Yeah.
But anyway, they found like 187 shots. Okay. Well, one went through the one girl in the kitchen, and thank God she didn't suffer. But the other one hit my best friend's daughter in the head, and she was on life support for a week, and they turned her off. And it was Sheriff Rutherford who went on to become a congressman. And if he would get in there, I think you would see a lot of things change in the state of Florida, because that man truly cares. He used to be a beat cop, then he became sheriff, then he became congressman. I'd like to see him be governor, because I think he would be the one to help Jeremy's situation with all of this.
It's another level when law enforcement plots with people, you know, when they're like you said at the beginning, when they're talking about, hey, I got to go and film this guy that I have a protective order because, hey, if I do that, these cops that I've been conspiring with, maybe they've told me to.
Well, I talked to McIntyre myself when I started getting the threats up here. He was the supervisor on duty, unfortunately for me. And I said, let me guess, you're not going to do anything, are you? And he said, well, there's nothing really to do. You need to go to, your office up there. No, it's happening from down there.
Right.
I've already talked to the 3 up here. I went to the state, I went to the county, and I went to the local. And all of them told me to call you. And he chuckled. He literally chuckled. And I was like, dude, just give me a number. Just give me a report number.
That's so gross. You know, there'll be a man. You should FOIA that. If he has a good laugh out of it, you should FOIA his fucking conversation.
I think I sent the report number to George and Jeremy, so I think they are.
Yeah, that'd be good. Just FOIA, because I'd love to hear him chuckling about how, you're a victim side. You ain't gonna do shit.
I mean, it just dumbfounds me because, you know, my husband, it makes me angry because I know more good cops than I know bad cops.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, you know, the people that get attention, they make headlines. They are the bad people, you know?
Unfortunately.
Yep. All right, I'm going to hit some supers because we gotta start moving toward the, you know,
Yeah.
We could sit here for 4 or 5 more hours talking about whatever.
Hello, my name's Tina, not Lisa.
Well, you know, you haven't, everybody can tell because you haven't hacked up a long, you know.
Oh, I did want to tell, let me tell you one more thing.
What?
I was just picking up my papers. On 11/12, November 12th, okay? Lisa just had you. She put at 11:09, Lisa, she wants to see Lisa go to jail. And I don't mean jail, I mean jail. And she's going to make sure of it. I'm over all this shit. My bankruptcy cost, it was a $6,000 retainer. How many bankruptcy lawyers charge retainers?
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
No, that's weird. You know, well, if you look at Saran Wrap, though, that filing that he put out, you know, where he was asking for fees, it very much looks like he's saying, you know, I want more money. And that's the thing. Yeah, you and I, we had talked about with that. Hey, maybe that's on the wonderful taping too, so you noted exactly how it is.
It might be because she did say that he made the comment, if he has to deal with all the drama, then he's going to want more money.
This is so funny. I'm working on my chicken skin displays.
You need to hit your super chat. Sorry.
I will in just a second. I'm working on my chicken skin display. Yeah, I'm trying to. I thought it'd be funny to put it in a supermarket, but it hasn't gotten it right yet. We're working on it. Look, it's got Tug living inside of the display. Actually, you know, they caught him, but it made it in 2 layers. I was like, no, it needs 1 layer, like he's living inside, and they saw him, so he's trying to pretend that he's not there. You know, he's like, oh yeah, you know.
That's going to turn out great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, let's see. Hey, Fallen Hero, man. Always good to see you, brother. It's always good to see you. Glad you're here. Sunday, too. Sunday's a crazy day to live stream anyway, so appreciate you folks. That is we went at a different hour as well. I probably should have gone. I could have gave us another hour, but I was like, we'll have plenty of time. You know what? We could have sat here for another hour and still covered stuff. After this, what's funny is every time we talk afterwards, I'm like, man, I forgot to go over blah, blah, blah. You know?
Well, the next time we'll have it all transcribed and I can just read all of it.
That's true. That is very true. So
because I'm just going to stick it up underneath the new PC and just let Grammarly do its thing.
Oh yeah, that'll actually be pretty fun. You know, you can go through. Oh God, that would be interesting. You know, having Grammarly or Speechify have a certain person read it for you.
Where's Yamaha?
You can have AI though read it over and then not involve another. You know what I mean? You can just have
like that crazy grandma lady that's on there.
Yeah, I mean you could have a lot of fun. That would be good.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
What's up, Sarah? Thank you for the 36 months. 3 years of plenty. Thank you. That is awesome of you. I appreciate you. Max, what's up, man? Thank you for the super chat there. So I did look at your picture there, by the way, that you sent over where you were playing with AI, and it came out good, man. I think you keep playing with it, you'll have a lot of fun, you know. Something to bark about. Thanks for the 15 months. Love, mug, buck, and love. Well, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Love to you too, you know, very much.
I love
all
the
of you.
channel.
Oh, I love it. I love the fact that we can all get together, do stuff. You know, YouTube has changed up. They keep doing it. So they announced in the last, God, now to be 3 or 4 days now, they've announced how they've changed notifications. So people are going to have to really watch for channels, any channel that they like, and they are killing little channels. They are just stopping
I
because
think that's why they're doing it. They're trying to get rid of those that only have a couple hundred.
Yeah, well, they also take out the small. I don't think it's that. I think they get rid of the small channels, like the ones with a few thousand that get monetized.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're like, oh, you're getting our ad revenue. We don't want you on our. So, you know, for myself, you can see the number there, but we're still, you know, I don't care if I get freaking, you know, we pull thousands of people viewing, but the thing is, you could see like a few days back, you can see it in the number of views reported, and it's on every channel. You see people talking about it everywhere, but it's crazy. As much money as they make, them being greedy like that, it's nuts. Rick, what's up, Rick? Thank you for the 17 months there. Appreciate that. Love that freaking avatar. That's awesome. Hazel, what's up? Thank you for the 5 there. Grifting Memorial Monarch. That's right. Yes. You know, if you haven't, I don't know if you heard, Tina, but this is a very sad thing to note. All right, Tina. I mean, it's very sad. I just have to tell you. The end of grifting is here.
Oh,
According
no.
to Way. That's right.
I haven't even gotten my start yet. Really?
I know. Apparently, we just got to bury it. I know. I'm so sad. So, what we need to do is we need to start memorializing the fact that, you know, we need a memorial. I think maybe I'll put together one for the end of grifting. You know, maybe we'll put up
that'd be cool.
Nice, yeah, it'll be nice. It's funny though. They think again with Fed, the Fed case that's come in. They're like, nobody anymore, and you know, no more money. And I was like, wait a minute, do you include the fats in that too?
Oh gosh. Wendy, I just saw a comment. So sorry for your losses, hon. Prayers with you. Did you see that, Tug? Wendy, Eason, hello all. Sorry I'm late. Had bad news Friday. My cousin passed away. Then on Saturday, my brother passed. So that's prayers awesome, with you.
Yeah, love to you too. You know, remember you got a lot of friends. You know, you come. One of the things that is good, like with the channel and stuff, and this mess in general, you know, this allows us to step outside again for the people in impacts. It's an awful situation here, but with us, it's not our case. We can help by looking at items and, you know, finding truth and proof or whatnot. But we can also watch a bunch of morons, you know, dig themselves in, and it's amazing how that works. So if you need something, or you need, you know, just mentally, I mean, you know, again, hit us up. Appreciate you. Hey, kiddo. Oh, that's me. I'm crying because, all the monies are done.
Yeah.
She saw. She's like, what's that?
I don't. That is a little funny.
It is funny, huh? You like that? Oh, you want to see a couple more images?
Yeah.
All right, then I have to do super chats. Look, here's Dad hiding in here. Let me pull this up so people can see what we're talking about. This is Dad hiding in a display of chicken skins. What do you think? Like he's hiding, pretending that he's not living in there.
That's definitely supposed to be you.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But
You think I would live in a chicken skin stand?
yes. Definitely.
Definitely.
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. Oh man. You know what? I heard that the end of making money and grifting, man, you know what I need? I need a little voice there. Can you say, oh, please help us put the memorial up for grifting? Can you do that? Can you say, please help us put the memorial for grifting up? Does it embarrass you? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. Give me a hug. You're funny. You should see your face. She's like, all right, go do your thing.
And I like how you could umbrella guy.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I need to pull up a 6-year-old and then put a little 6-year-old avatar. I'll be like, I'm 6 years old. I'm
Stop. Yeah, you should do. You should make one of me. Like
I'll pretend I'm you. I'll be like, I'm very cute.
So actually, it's me.
No.
Actually, it's actually me.
I was. And I was like, I was gonna have you shout out that, but there's Andre, by the way, sent you $2. You said thank you.
Thank you.
And he said, here's some money for paying the maid.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, you gotta get that maid paid, right?
Yeah, when we actually need to get my
Actually, your room is nice and clean, and unfortunately, we've had, with the cold.
Rats.
Yeah, we've had, they're mice, they're not rats.
I just call them rats.
You just call them rats? Yeah, rats are much bigger,
Yeah,
I've seen rats before.
Oh.
Hey, that's a good number you have there. All right, but hey, let me finish this before I gotta get done. Okay.
Okay.
Love you, kiddo.
Love you too. Just call me or text me when you're done, because I want to know when you're done.
I will tell you when I'm done. Okay. All right. Love you. Close that door for me, okay? She's so funny.
You text her now when you're done, Dad.
Yeah. She loves to say that anyway because she's got that phone in her hand. She's like, oh, ha, ha. So thank you for the 3 months there. Love my tug, lug, and bug. Well, thank you. Love return to you too. Appreciate you for sure. Hey, Ammo's girl, thanks for the 2. Just for you, Tammy. Take better notes. Indeed. These people, well, they say they take notes on streams, but God, they don't get anything right. That's the problem.
Isn't that the truth?
I just thought it was really funny because the other day, again, Lisa was just trying to be such an ass about the health stuff. And in doing that, she had to have her co-host remind her, maybe we shouldn't make fun of those because part of our folks, they have health problems too. We have plenty of that as well. It was like, yeah, that's probably not a good thing.
She doesn't have any barriers.
She doesn't have any empathy at all.
No
it's not like these people. But when Ray experienced loss, I'm not mocking his loss. That's terrible. Anybody going through loss it's awful. It's terrible. Man, these people, they definitely
lit a candle for her. The night that I heard, I lit a candle and said a prayer for Ray's wife. So
yeah, I get it. I mean, these people aren't part of that mess, but they're okay. Ray again, he'll drag in like my ex or anything like that. It was weird. He did that on a stream where he was complaining about people talking about, hey, if this happened to your family, you wouldn't be, you would consider this bad. And then, he started bringing up his wife and it's saying people had targeted her, which they did not.
Well, Ray, how does it make him feel knowing that side of the fence is mocking my dead son and telling me that they're looking forward to the day I announce that my husband dies? How do you feel about that?
Ray will just ignore the fact that exists. He'll pretend it doesn't, because he's a piece of shit. I mean, ultimately.
And that's the day y'all really don't want to piss me off. If anything happens to him, you really don't want to piss me off then.
Well, like I said, you have plenty of people that care for you. Appreciate you. We're gonna. Well, hey, it's your birthday. Can you get a song? Heck yeah, you can get a song. Heck yeah, that's one of the things I love to do on here.
Here it comes, Dinah. You ready?
Happy birthday
from both of us to you.
Happy birthday. Heck yeah.
May all your dreams come true.
Happy birthday.
We love to have you here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Here's to another year.
Healthy and productive ones. Appreciate you.
Happy birthday.
It's funny. It's funny your puppers like that too, you know.
My dog has not moved since you've been talking.
Hey, DeFloofy, by the way, loved you, my friend. You know, so Floofy's hoping to go home tomorrow. Love to bug. Well, appreciate you, Floof. You know, we've been praying for you and keeping you in our mind for real, man. I mean, we really do appreciate you. So I know you've been there for a while. I'm glad that they've been getting better for you. I'm glad for you, man. Something to bark about. Drop 5 giftos there. Thank you. Something to bark about. I love it. Look at that little avatar. Look at that side eye. It's so funny. Yeah, check out Something to Bark About's channel, by the way. Again, I say it all the time. They deserve some love. You know, it's a good palate cleanser. Linda Lou, thanks for the 10 months there. Tina, did you get a receipt for the $50 for the post office?
It was a Christmas card. Nope.
Yeah, but you know, you, like you noted, you have communication with them that you were sending, and they did communicate with you. So
yeah, you know, I'll have to go into that email and check. That's a good idea, Tug.
I mean, you do have that, and with memberships, you know, you have a proof. Like if you had, you know, with these people, they made you wonder, so you know, you stopped backing for a minute to find out what was going on. That right there, again, I mean, that's definitive proof that something happened. So yeah,
I'll check on that too. Yep, absolutely. I'm making notes.
I like one other thing too. I like how Lynette threw a fit about the stand that you had, you know, that you were going to send to her. Like, you know, her treating you like shit. You were still obligated to give her a present.
Ha! Yeah, and it's a nice one too. It's sitting right here to my left. It's holding all kinds of my craft supplies.
Yeah, you were buying her a present, and then she decided it was getting ready to go to her, and she just couldn't treat you like a decent human being for
I even have text messages and voice clips of her telling me thank you for the pellets that they didn't want to go pick up. So, I mean, I was willing to help.
It's amazing. Again, even like with Shara, you know, they talk all that shit about Shara. They're like, oh, well, she did pay for the insulation. She did do this or that, but everything else, she was a monster. It's like, are you?
See, that was pretty crappy.
Yep.
The way they did her.
Yep. Andre, thank you again, my friend. Appreciate the lip gloss and candy funding. Appreciate you, my friend. William, thanks for the 10. Sending Hanks' adjudicated stalker to stalk him is definitely a third-party violation. Of course, you have to deal with qualified immunity, but that in itself should be make it easier to go around. Yeah, the problem is that what they'll do is they'll say ultimately that, well, Lynette Preston can't be trusted, blah, blah, blah. But it does really look strange when you have that person also appearing in Ohio to back her up. That's a real crazy statement, man. That is nuts, though, to hear. Man, we didn't even get to all the good trash talking from Lynette. Man, we're going to have to put it all together one day. I'm going to make a note about it because I need to get to some of the stuff that she said about, well, let's just say certain people in the ecosystem. Oh, we need
just
to
let me know when.
Okay. Gina, thanks for the 10. The new hoodie. Indeed. Thank you. And also, Gina, thanks for the 10. King Tut. Like King Tut. King Tut. indeed. Love it. Bridget, thanks for the 2. Bug surprises coming soon. Ooh, I'm going to tell her about that. She'll be excited for show. Puzzle, thanks for that. Twilight Zone, I'm talking Tina, and I'm going to expose the truth. I like that. That's hilarious. That would be good. You should AI your avatar and have it like the talking Tina from Twilight Zone.
I don't know how to do that. I can try.
We could black and white it, I think. Let's see. Let me ask AI if I can do it just with a basic thing. Because it depends on. Grok is weird sometimes. It doesn't always understand what you're asking for. We'll see. Yeah. Make it a spoof of the Twilight Zone. I'm going to see if you can do it basic without so many commands. Twilight Zone, talking Tina episode. Actually,
You sound like you're SpongeBob.
Do it.
There you are.
Yeah, it dual channeled my freaking thing there.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll show you why in just a second. It's because it cut on. Check this out. I'll show it to you real fast. We still got plenty of time. All right. Like it brought up when I was bringing it up. It made it talk and it read the shirt.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. Don't let lies hold you back. You are stronger.
So it did that without any command. It just decided, hey, I'm going to make it that way.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like playing with it. Yeah. All right. Let's see if it'll do the talking Tina thing. I'll probably have to get way more complicated in that. Hey, what's up, Mark? Appreciate you, Mark. By the way, again, as I've said many times, Mark, good person to keep up with on Facebook, especially because Mark, man, some of the posting, I really enjoy going through and just seeing some of the clips that he pulls out of everything. Oh, it's so good. It's so fun. He definitely does a good job of going in and finding those juicy little moments where you can make fun of the fats. Oh, I love it. Jaguar, thank you. Drop 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Jaguar. I appreciate you, my friend, too. Thank you very much. Pickled Tank, thanks for the 5 there. Tina, we're in Jacksonville. What side of town is this stuff going along? That's the crazy. It cut off.
Yeah, it's not in Jacksonville, hun. It's down by Cedar Key where all this is happening. But when I lived there, I lived on the south side.
I don't know anything about Florida, really. Timeline. What's up? Thanks for the 5. I had a comment, but before I could say it, someone stole it and used it. Once again, left me with no comment, and thankfully, it is a comment indeed. That's right. Yeah, despite the fact that you don't have a comment, it is still a comment. That's right. Look, it's that cracks me up every time. I love it. Andre, thanks to the 2 there. Here's some money for paying that maid. Indeed. Got to pay that maid off. Sid, what's up? Thanks for the 6 there. Just a little something to thank the real Tina for bringing the truth to light. Tina, you're awesome, and love from France.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's really awesome there. I like having Tina on too. Like I said, we could sit here and BS forever. I think once those transcripts are completed, though, that'll be a hell of a discussion.
Man. That's going to be a premiere.
Yep, that'll be a heck of a one because it will be straight from the mouth. It's funny though. It's so funny because even with releasing 40 minutes of the conversation with Lynette to try to steer their people away, they're like, "That's not her. It's talking to Tina." And my thought on that, first of all, it's so ridiculous, but does it make it better if she was saying it to Tina?
But how do I change my voice like that?
No, they're like, Tug, he just added himself after. I was like, well, that's weird because she's responding and talking to me the whole time, you know?
These people are just plumb stupid. Get off the poppy seats, for goodness sake.
Well, they got a lot of idiots that, you know, if you buy that, man, you gotta.
That's what I'm saying.
Very weak mentally, you know.
As stupid.
And Monica, thank you for the 2 there. Tina, thank you. Good truth, and we love you.
Oh, thanks. Love you guys back.
Indeed. And there is, of course, Angela Klein. What's up, Angela? How you doing? Said 25 there. Thank you, Angela. Oh, man, here's a little to help with your new Resident Evil game. Heck yeah. You know, that 2 weeks from now, I can feel it. The kids too. It's funny. You heard the little one where she was like, you know, oh, I screamed with that. Oh God, they love playing scary games. You know, they love to sit down and like get into it. So that when that comes out, we will be playing horror games, and it will be fun. You know, we'll be busting it up, brand new. You know, the only thing that sucks, like I don't buy that many games because in this day and age, you know, games, if it's like a deluxe game, you know, this thing's cost like $80, man.
You need to check out Whatnot.
Yeah, well, even that, I mean, if it's a new game, they're not going to be on Whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, when it comes out, if you want to play something new, even the standard games are $60 to $70, you know, and it's just wild. Yeah. Well, and they keep, all these companies keep pushing. They're like, well, we should charge more. And like, well,
I used to complain about a $20 Mario for the Nintendo.
Oh, the craziest thing. So with the Switch, because we've got a couple minutes, I will get you all over with about 7 minutes before. So we have about 5 minutes, you know, to stack in. But one of the crazy things with the Switch now, the Switch 2, even if you buy a physical copy of the game, it doesn't come with a physical copy of the game inside. So when you buy it, all you get is a case. You're paying, when you buy it physically, you can either you can buy your digital copy, or you can buy a case, and you're still getting a digital copy. Not only that, but at any time with the Switch, the new one, you give them permission to brick your device. If they decide out of the blue, hey, you're cheating or doing something, which, you know, okay, if they could get it right 100% of the time, that'd be, you know, maybe. But I don't want to give a company the ability to destroy my device just because they, you know, they want to accuse me of cheating or anything else. But they can brick your device with it without a second thought. So they can take your device away.
Too much overreach there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Nintendo, though, I mean, they have, you know, they print money essentially. So they figure there are people that will, you know, they'll back whatever they do. Now, the Switch, that's a device with the kids. They love games like Mario games and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to back the idea that if I go to the store, I like getting a physical game because, you know, over time, first of all, it has some intrinsic value, no matter what. Even if it's $5, I can get $5 back if I didn't want it. But on top of that, over time, if a game becomes rarefied, God, you know, there have been games. I got a game called Cubivore. You know, it was a game nobody really cared about back in the day on GameCube. And that game, man, God, I haven't even looked at the price of it now. Last time I looked, it was about $500. But
wow.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, and that's just having a copy, not even having a good copy of a Cubivore price. Let me see.
My kids never really got into the video games. I tried to push it, but they'd rather be outside playing sports.
I love games. I love it. I like being able to sit down with my kids, you know, goof off, like play a game.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted to goof off.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like. You know, they like to sit down and you know, we go and we chase zombies or whatever. You know? But anyway, all right, Tina. Well, I appreciate you coming on. We're going to end here. I will redirect you all to Hales. He will actually be up in 10 minutes. So we'll get you a little bit early over there. But we will definitely have to sit down with those transcripts.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun. All right. See you.
Thanks, guys.